sometimes the smartest move is the one you don't realize is genius until months later. The Falcons made a bold decision on draft night, and at the time, it felt risky. But now, that one move has saved them from a league-wide disaster that's tearing through almost every front office in the NFL, while other teams are sweating bullets. Atlanta is sleeping easy. When the Falcons traded back into the first round this past April, it raised some eyebrows. They gave up their second-round pick, a valuable chip, to secure their guy. At the time, it felt like a win. But nobody could have predicted just how perfect that move would end up being. Because right now, nearly every other team that picked in the second round is facing a nightmare. Across the league, rookie deals are hitting a brick wall. Only 2 of the 32 second-round picks have signed their contracts. That's it. Just 2. And the reason? One team lit a match that's now burning through front offices everywhere. The Houston Texans gave their second-round pick something unheard of, a fully guaranteed contract. That has never happened before for a player drafted in round 2. Not once in NFL history. The moment that happened, the entire second round flipped upside down. Every other player picked in that round saw the news and told their agents, "That's the deal I want." Suddenly, every team was under pressure to offer guarantees they weren't ready to give. Even Cleveland caved. They had no choice. Their pick went one slot before Houston's, so they couldn't argue against matching that deal. Now, both of those players are signed, but the rest? Total chaos. Training camp is just days away. Rookies are supposed to report soon. And a huge number of teams still haven't locked in their second-round selections. That's a disaster waiting to happen, and the countdown is on. Because once training camp starts and players don't show up, that's no longer a voluntary absence. That's a holdout. Now here's where the Falcons got incredibly lucky. By not having a second-round pick, by moving up into the first, they completely dodged this mess. Every single one of Atlanta's 5 rookies is already signed and sealed. No holdouts. No contract drama. No headaches. They're ready to roll the moment camp begins. Other teams are about to open training camp without key draft picks. But not the Falcons. They may not have known it at the time. But that trade into round 1 might be one of the smartest draft day moves Atlanta's made in years. Up next, a deeper look at how this unexpected crisis could derail rival teams and why the Falcons' smooth start could give them a serious edge in 2025. Imagine this: you're a rookie, drafted in the second round. You've just achieved your lifelong dream. You walk into the NFL with expectations on your shoulders, pressure to perform, and one chance to learn everything before the real games begin. And just when it's time to lock in, just when training camp is about to shape your entire career, you can't even take the field. That's the brutal reality now facing dozens of second-round picks across the league. Because of one groundbreaking contract handed out in Houston, the second round has turned into a battlefield. The Texans gave Jaden Higgins a fully guaranteed deal, the first of its kind, and just like that, the rest of the round froze. Rookies started holding out. Agents started demanding more. And now, teams that were counting on their second-round stars to step into big roles, they're watching the most important reps of the offseason slip away. This isn't just a small delay. This is the moment when young players learn how to play real NFL football. It's when they install the offense, when they adjust to speed, when they figure out the dozens of things they didn't learn in college, like audibles, shifts, protections, and blitz reads. Missing this part of training camp could set some of these players back years. And every front office knows it. Tension is building around the league. At the next NFL Combine in Indianapolis, don't be surprised if the Texans GM is dodging some serious side eyes or more from the rest of the league's decision-makers. Teams feel blindsided, frustrated, even angry. One move changed the rules of engagement, and now everyone's scrambling to keep up. Well, almost everyone. Because in the middle of this storm, there's one team sitting calm and collected: the Atlanta Falcons. While the rest of the league is dealing with missed meetings and unsigned rookies, the Falcons, they're ready. Every single rookie, all 5, is under contract. No distractions. No headaches. No holdouts. Just football. Rookies report July 19th. Veterans roll in July 23rd. And the Falcons can dive into training camp at full strength. No drama, no delays. That move to trade out of round 2? It's looking smarter by the day. As other teams scramble to catch up, Atlanta is already moving forward, one step ahead. Next up, we dig into how this full-strength training camp could give the Falcons an edge, and why the rookie class may surprise the league earlier than anyone expects. Training camp is 5 days away. The countdown has begun. The veterans may not report until July 23rd, but the rookies? They're first through the gates. And this rookie class, it could be different. Not every draft class is built to make noise right away. Some guys need time. Some need seasoning. But this group, especially 2 of them, could make an impact from day 1. Let's not dance around it. Forget the fluff. Forget the wait and see. There are 2 names you need to circle right now if you're a Falcons fan. Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. These 2 defenders weren't drafted to sit. They weren't brought in to develop quietly. They were brought in because Raheem Morris and Terry Fontino need production right now. Let's start with James Pierce. This guy has raw speed, energy, and that edge you can't teach. But here's the big question. Was he just a speed demon at Tennessee who took advantage of weaker competition? Or can he line up across from grown NFL tackles and still get to the quarterback? Training camp is going to answer that quickly, because for all the hype, the Falcons have ranked dead last in sacks since Fontino took over in 2021. You don't fix that by waiting. You fix that by attacking. And that's exactly what they're hoping Pierce can bring: pressure, speed, aggression. Now flip to Jalen Walker. Explosive, versatile, and a guy who just looks like an NFL linebacker. But how are they going to use him? Will he be a pure edge rusher? Or will Raheem Morris dial up something special? Imagine Walker kicked inside on 3rd and long, lined up next to Lorenzo Carter, Arnold Ebiketie, Leonard Floyd, and James Pierce, 5 guys coming at you like a storm. That's the kind of versatility that could turn this defense into something dangerous. Walker has the speed to track running backs, the size to plug gaps, and the tenacity to chase quarterbacks down from behind. But here's where the story really heats up. Right now, Atlanta has Ebiketie and Floyd penciled in as the starters. One is a 30-year-old veteran still playing at a high level. The other, a second-round pick who's shown flashes, but not enough. And here's the truth. If Pierce or Walker come in and start flashing early in camp, if they show burst, disruption, and motor, we could see a changing of the guard before September even arrives. It's rare that rookies crack the starting lineup this fast. But these 2 aren't just rookies. They're the key to unlocking this defense's future. So don't focus on swing tackles or depth chart fillers. Not yet. Focus on the guys who could shake up the starting lineup fast. Up next, how Raheem Morris plans to use these new weapons, and why this year's defense might look completely different from anything we've seen in Atlanta for years.